What is up? All right, make this video because I want to narrate like a pattern that I see, and it comes back to it's a theme that's in everybody's life. It is all pervasive. Some people suppress it, some people express it, but it's in there. What I call it is quiet desperation. Now, what does this mean? I think it was Thoreau who originally it was Thoreau or one of those authors. They said the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. Some people will admit it. Some people will admit it after they've had a couple drinks. Some people admit it when you ask them the right questions. Everyone has it though, because we all focus on two things in this world. We focus on sex and money deep down. You know you do. And if you don't have it, you focus on getting it. And once you have it, you focus on not losing it. So you have a fear of not losing it, and thus you lose it. Most people lose their money. And if you can see the common sense of this and you want to change that, I don't care if you're total beginner at self-development. I don't care if you've made $20 million. We're all equals. And the quicker you can get that through your head, the quicker we can start to sort out this reality. So instead of living your life of quiet desperation, looking for Friday night where you can now go hang out with the boys and go drink some beers and watch freaking basketball, or you go out clubbing, or you're waiting for the vacation where you can take your trip to Florida with your family, whatever. Okay. Instead of that, every single week, every single day is like an entire life. And you look at it like that. It's like beginning of the week starts, it's like the birth. The end of the week is like the death. And it's this amazing cycle that we find ourselves in. Now, Friday night, we've been programmed since we were children who had to go sit in school for 8 hours a day, where then Friday night is like the ultimate release. It's like the orgasm. 'Cause you're like, oh, yes, I don't have to go to fucking school anymore till Monday. And then Sunday rolls around, you're like, God damn, and you're like depressed and anxious, right? I know you know what I'm talking about. So, whatever you do on a Friday night, there's 1 hour in there that I want to invite you to something unlike anything else out there, because the starting point is different. The purpose is different. What it is it's called a hangout, and it's in the self-perfected group. If you've watched my channels, you see my videos, I'm sure you see me talk about this. We've done this for over 200 weeks, basically in a row. There's a few times we've been in person because we do in-person events. That is the only reason we miss it. So, on a Friday night, you can either use it to escape your life and decide that you want to keep just escaping and living in this quiet desperation, or you can decide to say, for 1 hour, let me go be around people who are actually fucking pushing the cutting edge of what's possible for them, for their families, and their businesses, and their lives, in their local communities, in terms of their impact, in terms of their legacy, in terms of their vision. How big are they thinking? How do they feel? In an average week, how many moments do they experience bliss? This is the cutting edge. And I'm not talking about some bullshit bliss of I'm going to meditate and separate myself from reality. It's not that. I'm saying when you actually commit yourself to live with purpose, with principle, to have a real impact, to support other people to do this too, and you have a vision of what it looks like to change the world, and we work together on this, there will be moments, it'll be a single breath sometimes, where you'll have this moment of bliss. Could be like yesterday, my son wanted to go outside after we got him ready for bed. It's like sun's going down, he brushed his teeth, he's wearing his pajamas. I'm trying to rock him to sleep. And he's like insistent. I'm like, no, 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 no. He's like, outside, outside. I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, we've been outside all day. You got your onesie on. You're gonna get mud on your freaking onesie, okay? I'm like, do you really want to go outside? He's like, outside. He looks at me and he's so certain. And I thought, okay, in this moment, I could give in to my resistance and I could go, nah, not outside. And I could basically distract him to try and go to bed. But at what price? What, just because I don't want to go outside for 6 minutes? Is that worth my son now learning that he can't have influence in his environment? Or do I just take a deep breath and go, okay, I don't care if I'm tired. Maybe this is him actually supporting me too. So we go outside, right? He runs around outside for a bit, goes, finds the cat, pets the cat, just We have a little place in the garden where he splashes around some water. Did that for like 5 minutes. Comes over to me, wants me to pick him up, bring him back in, go straight to bed. Those are little moments where in the past I would have been like, whatever, whatever. That is a moment where I'm literally shaping the character of my child who's going to be a future world leader. Pretty cool. And I'll have these moments, but I have what, 80 some friends who I'm gonna go hang out with in a little bit here because it's Friday night. We're gonna do the hangout. And I have all these people around me who think in a similar way. How can we be the best parents? How can we be the best people in our community? Some of them are a bit older. They say, how can I be the best grandparent? Some of them are younger, 18-year-olds. They're like, hey, I want to freaking change the world. But it's looking at how you can do that in the best way. That's what self-perfection. Self-perfection is the process of you becoming the best version of yourself. And you will have these moments in your life where you're tested, where you're challenged, but you need support. Yes, you can support yourself. And that is the whole point of this, is you become a self-leader and you can direct yourself in that moment. Like, I didn't look to my wife last night. I didn't look to my son to answer this for me. I didn't freaking go read a book. It was in that moment I decided to lead myself and say, look, my son clearly wants to go outside. I'm going to go outside with him for like 6 minutes. Cool, let's do it. And that is perfection right there. I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been running this group for 4 years. It all started from the same thing. It was a Friday night. I was invited out by some old friends to go out clubbing, drinking, that kind of thing. And I just didn't want to do it because I knew where I would end up the next morning. And I was like, you know what? What do I want to do on my Friday night? I want to talk about my goals. I want to support other people to help hit their goals. I want to level up. I want to have some cool conversation. Maybe talk about some kind of out there theories about reality and just like talk and riff and have fun. We did it for like 3 hours the first night. And then it was so great. We recorded it, threw it in a Facebook group because people wanted to re-listen to it and take some notes on part of it. And then we invited some friends. Some of them listened to it. And my now wife listened to it before we were even dating. And she actually gave me the idea. She's like, hey, that was epic. I took notes. I listened to it. I took notes on everything. Can we do that again next Friday? It's like, sure. I don't know what else I want to do on a Friday. That was fun. Did it again the next week. Added some more people to the group. Did it again the next week. Added some more people to the group. That's what created Self-Perfected. It was an organic creation. We weren't trying to do it. We weren't trying to do it to bring them into a Facebook group, to sell them some fucking course. It wasn't to put them in a group so then we can, get attention. Not the point of it. The point of it is to find the other people who are aware enough and like the people who are like Morpheus in the Matrix, where you have some blue pill tendencies, but you want to take the red pill and you're trying to find the others who take the red pill because it's fucking lonely when you take the red pill. You do that. But then you realize, let's make this mainstream. Let's change the fucking culture. Let's change what's possible. That's what this group is about. Every single Friday, we do a hangout in the group. Now, here's something else you can realize. We keep the group quality over quantity. Yes, we have 2,500 some people in there. It's great. But we intentionally don't let some people in. And I have kicked out many people. Because if people come into that group and start pitching their stupid crypto idea, or they think they can just cold DM everybody about their real estate idea, or they come on the call and they're like, hey guys, I just wanted to say, they're like spamming their link in the chat. It's like, I'm going to tell you once politely. And if you do it again, I'm going to fucking kick you out because no one has time for your shit. The point of the group is to create a world that's best for everybody, not for you to make some money, which everyone in the group's going to see through your stupid shit anyway. So if you want to actually play at a higher level, change the culture, change society, change the world, that's what we're doing here. We're the only group that is actually doing it as equals with real principles that stand in plain sight. Okay? So I don't know what your guru of the day is, whether you like Tony Robbins or fucking Ty Lopez or whoever. Those guys have some cool stuff, but at the end of the day, they're always the guru who's on stage, who's better than everyone else, even though they'll say that they aren't. What we do in this group is empower every single person there because everyone plays a role in it. It's like a puzzle. We call it the super puzzle. And everyone is a puzzle piece. Everyone has a key to bring to the table. The thing is, you're so fucking suppressed because you've lived your whole life being programmed by Hollywood, the media, the news, your environment, the society around you, going through school for 12 years, 16 years, whatever, that you've let that piece of you get diminished. That's the real you. And you need other people to see that in you, observe it, help you pull it out of you. And it could be in 1 week, it could be over the span of a year. But that's why we do it every single Friday, because life changes, life has seasons, things happen. I can promise you this, we will be consistent until the job is done. What that looks like is changing the culture, making it normal to have conversations like this, making it cool to actually take responsibility, get involved locally in your community. Grassroots change the world. That is what this is about. And this group has changed my life and made my life better in literally every single way. Every single aspect of my life is better from this. Does it mean my life is easy? I have no problems? No, I actually take on way more responsibility than ever before. So I have more problems that I face. But every time I solve the problem, I get better, I get stronger. Life is better. I can add more value to people around me. And guess what? It is paid back a millionfold to me in ways beyond money. I don't care about money. I care about the impact and I care about what this looks like for the world my son is going to inherit and what your kids are going to inherit. And I see a lot of people bitch and complain about World Economic Forum and Agenda 2030, and they're trying to make everyone eat fucking crickets. And yeah, they are. And they're gonna, unless you step up and get part of our group. And so, this is your friendly wake up call to say, hey, I want to hang out with other people who are actually doing shit every single week, pushing themselves. Again, whether you're a beginner, you're just starting to realize, like, hey, you can work on yourselves and you can develop emotional intelligence, or you're deep in it and you've been searching for years. Either way, hop on the Hangout. Every Friday night, 5 p.m. Central, we go for 1 hour. It's value packed every single week. My promise to everyone is it's going to be the best Hangout yet, and it always is. Some weeks are super hype. Some weeks there'll be someone freaking having a breakthrough crying. Some weeks it'll be just a total surprise, but every single week matters. All right. And so hop in, or else, I mean, go do whatever you're going to do on your Friday. If you made it this far in the video, something in you is telling you, I resonate with this, join us.